The best fried chicken in Texas. Rody's Country Fried Chicken. Texas born, Texas raised. A chicken joint with 35 years of service to our community. Thanks to our loyal customers and social media followers. Come try the best gizzards in Texas, the best tenders in Texas, and the best chicken in Texas. Call us at 830-773-9189. 830-773-9189. Don't forget, we have curbside service and delivery by DoorDash. Or find us on Facebook, Rody's Chicken. RODEES Chicken. Like us on Facebook.
The best fried chicken in Texas.
Rody's Country Fried Chicken.
That Metal Interview.
A brand new season. We start season 2, episode 1. And what better way to start, man, than with Mr. Tony Harnell of TNT, Starbreaker, Love Killers. Just with those bands right there, you are talking about a great vocalist, the best vocalist in my opinion, the widest range of pitches that I've ever heard in my opinion. You guys have to listen to this guy. If you don't know who Tony Harnell is, look him up, Spotify him, Pandora him, or whatever you call it. Check out TNT, just the letters TNT. That's the name of the band. And of course, check out Starbreaker. Check out one of my favorite albums of 2020 by a band called Love Killers. You guys have to check this out. If you enjoy the 80s sound, man, you will love this stuff, man. It's got that 80s, but a modern 80s feel to it. Love Killers, man. Check it out. You guys have to check it out. If you guys enjoy the sounds of any 80s stuff, man, you guys, this is right up your alley, man. So Tony Harnell joins us and graces us with his time. And we thank him for making a little bit of time with our podcast, That Metal Interview Podcast. And we'd like to thank all our followers and fans for your continued support on all social media and all our podcast platforms where you can catch our podcast, That Metal Interview Podcast. And don't forget, now we have available merchandise. We have t-shirts. You guys can find them on jrocksmetalzone.com. Just go to the podcast section. They'll be on all our platforms, Facebook and Twitter and all that stuff. You can find the merchandise. So it should be up sometime late February of 2021, sometime very soon. So check it out. Pick up a t-shirt, pick something up. And we'll be adding more merchandise, more stuff, more items. So we can start off with a couple of items. Anyways, enough talking, James, and let's start with this conversation. A great honor of mine to chat with the legendary Tony Harnell. Enjoy. Before we get into your projects and bands, can you talk to us about your online vocal course?
Yeah, it's actually my newest venture, and I'm super proud of it. It's called the Rock Singer Society, and we started working on it about a couple months into the COVID crisis, and something I've been wanting to do for a long time, but my standards were always super high, and I didn't quite know how to do all the things I wanted to do by myself. So lucky for me, I had a great team help me put this together, and it's just a fantastic thing I'm really super proud of. And we've got a building group of singers that have been on the course now for a couple of months since it was released. They're doing great. It's a one-of-a-kind thing. There's no other course like it out there. And, just to give you a quick overview, it just combines my 40 years of experience, both studying with the best teachers in the world, working one-on-one with other singers for many, many years, and just all my experience touring and recording, and all of this is poured into the course in a very unique way. And it's unique also because it's a coaching course. So although people can do it on their own, they also have me in the wings or one-on-one if they choose. So yeah, it has a lot of really cool things about it. I'm just super proud of it. If people are interested, just to get this out of the way, they can go to therocksingersociety.com. That's therocksingersociety.com, and they can look around, get a little bit of an idea of what we're doing, and book a call with me personally to see if it's right fit for them.
Well, what better teacher than Tony Harnell? I mean, right? And the name speaks for itself, and it's just the best of the best, you know?
Oh, thank you.
I saw an interview a couple of days ago where you speak of your teacher. You mentioned he was Christina Aguilera's vocal coach also. I don't think you ever revealed his name.
His name is Don Lawrence.
Okay.
He's a very, very well-known vocal coach from New York City, and he's got a pretty impressive roster. He's worked with everybody from Sebastian Bach to Bon Jovi to Christina Aguilera, Lady Gaga, Bono, Mick Jagger, Joe Lynn Turner.
Wow.
And the list just kind of goes on and on and on. So,
wow.
Yeah.
What a list, man.
I got very lucky. I started studying with him when I was 18 years old. And my mother actually found him in an advertisement. And it was just kind of a lucky thing that we found him. And it was before he got super famous. So I was just kind of there from the beginning, and there was no reason for me to really get involved with any other coaches because he was so good. You know.
Wow.
I did really well with it, yeah.
So, quick question. Is this pre-TNT, of course, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I started with him when I was 18 years old. I'd already been singing professionally for about probably 6 or 8 months. And I joined TNT when I was 21. So,
okay.
Yeah, it's a couple years before.
Wow, I mean, you got a excellent vocal range. You're way up there, and then, you know, all kinds of ranges. You're just awesome in every recording, really. I mean, do you take time to, when you're recording a vocal track, if you make mistakes, do you make sure to correct it the way you want it to be heard, or do you just kind of cut corners?
Oh, I never cut corners. No, I mean, first thing I do is I prepare before I go into the studio. I make sure I'm prepared. But, you know, these days, recording is done in so many different ways. So it just depends on exactly what I'm doing and how it's being done. But, no, I don't. I look at a recording that's going to be released as a permanent piece of art, I guess.
Yeah.
And, you know, sometimes I get hired to do things that I didn't write, maybe. And even though I'm not so deeply involved or connected with the song, I still want the vocal to, you know, stand up to whatever, you know, I think my standards are. So, no, I don't believe in cutting corners. I would never do that with something with my name on it. It has to be... I have to put my stamp of approval on. But, you know, some things are different. People have different opinions about things. I like live-sounding things, and I don't want things to sound like they've been messed with too much. I've gone down that road, and that's not good either. So there's got to be a nice balance between a real, honest vocal and something that you can be proud of.
A fan wrote to us on social media asking... how you take care of your voice? What's the secret behind Tony Harnell?
You know, it's basic stuff. Basic stuff is the best stuff. You know, plenty of sleep, lots of water, not eating too late at night, having a good diet, exercise. You know, just taking care of your body. I mean, a lot of singers kind of forget that their body is their instrument. So if you're a singer, you kind of have to look at it as, you know, however you treat your whole body is how your voice is going to respond. So, you know, we all, even people who don't sing know that whenever they're about to get sick, it kind of shows up in the throat area first.
Yeah.
Whenever you get emotional, it shows up in the throat first. So the throat is kind of a place where everything likes to start. So it's just basic stuff. I mean, I can go real deep into various things that I do when I'm preparing for a tour or a studio session or something. But for the most part, the basics, if you keep those in, you should be in good shape. Vocally, it gets into a deeper thing, you know, taking care of your voice in terms of not over singing and having a good technique, which is part of what my course gets into, is healthy singing. That's like probably the number one thing that I push with everybody that I work with, is just developing a healthy habits and good techniques so that you can maintain your vocal quality for years.
Now, one of my favorite albums of all time, I'm being honest here, one of my favorite albums is the Love Killers record. Higher Again, Set Me Free. Man, the whole album is just awesome, top to bottom. Congrats on that. How did this come about? I mean, this is just awesome stuff.
Oh, thanks. Well, it's kind of interesting. It was something I had just finished a Starbreaker album in 2019, and then I got a call from the record company, Frontiers, and they wanted me to consider this other project, where it was kind of strange because most of the projects I do, really all the projects I do, I'm a co-songwriter, so I'm usually very much involved in the sound of these albums. With this one, they wanted to do it really quickly, and they had a bunch of songs they really loved, and they thought they'd be great for my voice. So I said, well, if I like the songs, you know, I'll consider doing it. So they started sending some songs through, and I thought they were pretty cool. I actually ended up co-writing quite a lot of them anyway, even though that wasn't the original plan. I kind of tweaked little things here and there, whether it be lyrics or melodies, or sometimes the whole thing I would change. But it was just a fun project, and with some real talented people overseas.
Yeah, it has that 80s, I want to say 80s feel to it, but with a modern twist to it. You know, that's just it works for me, I mean, as a fan, you know, so congrats on that.
Thanks.
Thank you. Now let's talk Sonic the Hedgehog series. I understand you wrote and performed several tracks on there. Can you talk about that?
That's funny. That I did perform a couple tracks, but that was probably the only other project that I've done besides Love Killers where I didn't. I wasn't involved in any of the songwriting. Oh, okay. But my buddy Ted Poley from Danger. I think if I remember correctly, he was the one that got me involved in that back around. I think it was around 2000 or 2001 when we worked on that, and it was quite a crazy thing, because I'm not into video games at all. I don't know anything about them, and when I started, after that came out, I started to see all these really young fans getting into my music, you know. So a lot of people discovered me through the Sonic thing, and then became fans of TNT and Westworld and Starbreaker and all that stuff. So.
Now I've been a fan of TNT since the 80s, of course. I first heard Intuition on MTV, and back when MTV played videos, you know. I bought the cassette right away. Man, what a great band. Is there anything you would change if you had the chance?
In terms of which part?
I know, right? I guess the history of TNT, is there anything... if you had the chance, you know, something you regret, I guess?
Oh, gosh, yeah. I mean, we made a lot of terrible decisions along the way, like most young musicians do. I think probably the main thing, if I were to talk to, a young musician today, I have quite a lot to say, but I think the main thing would be to stay focused on the business as much as the music and the creative part. We had people, of course, top-notch people working with us, but we kind of lost. We put a lot of faith in them, and we put a little too much faith in a lot of people. And I think that had we been a little bit more on top